brother. It means a lot, यार. অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ তোমাদের প্রত্যেককে ভাই, ইনক্রেডিবল সাপোর্টের জন্য ভাই.
Well, here's the replay, and the delivery is just right, isn't it? It's in the danger area, just asking for someone to get on the end of it, and it's intelligent move.
The keeper just saved the team. That's an obvious penalty.
के पास एक गोल का एडवांटेज है यार, बट एक गोल अगेंस्ट मोहन बगान इज नो गुड लीड यार. तो आज जेएफसी क्या अप्रोच रहती है? दे आर लैकिंग वेरी क्वालिटी प्लेयर्स यार. स्टीफन ऐसे नहीं है, प्रतीक चौधरी बेंच पर है उनके पास. तो
Khalid Jamil, he has brought in Hernandez and Murray in the starting lineups. It is that Javier Severo, their number 9, who will be called into those. Severo, their number 9, who will be called into those. Severo, their number 9, who will be called into those. Severo, their number.
Leg in this Indian Super League. Jamshedpur shades of past glory in this game of former and current champions. Bagan's 6-match unbeaten streak against the Red Miners ended at the furnace. This is a story of steel trying to chip into ancient rock, and throughout the season the Mariners have had no need to survive but only to live tonight. They have to survive. They're now in must-win territory, possibly earlier than expected due to their stunning dominance in the league stages.
Big thing is though, Pulla, we saw it last night, anything can happen. The longer Jamshedpur hold out, the better chance they will have going on and getting something from the game. But Goa yesterday scored those 2 late goals, but unbelievably somehow Bengaluru nicked one right at the death. So the ISL, nothing ever surprises us.
And the Mariners, the first team to have qualified for the playoffs in 5 straight seasons. In every season of existence that they have had. That is the quality, that is the demand. First ball went through Lendungel, but Prannoy cleared it. Attacking free kick early on for the home team.
Interesting to see Tapa. He'll be let off the reins a little bit more tonight because Apuya will just sit that little bit deeper. So expecting him to go and make runs in beyond Cummins, in beyond McLaren, and that's exactly what he's done here. Look, he's the furthest forward player, and he gets nudged in the back and wins his side an early free kick in a very, very dangerous position.
Liston Colasso stands over this. Tries to whip it in, easy clearance. Apuya. Papa was looking for the flick on.
Is that Tapper again, the furthest forward, trying to get on the end of things there. Big strong challenge coming in. Well, we said the reins are off, the shackles are off as well by the looks of things for Anu Tapper. Looks as though he's been given that license to roam and get forwards as often as he can. Jose Molina believing in that, but this man and his tactics in the last 2 games, I've never ever seen him celebrate anything like he did when they scored that second goal at the Furnace.
The record in Salt Lake, Khalid Jamil has very wanting. Hasn't scored a single goal against both East Bengal and Mohun Bagan at this stadium, in charge of Jamshedpur, and that is a number that will haunt him. It's okay if it's 0-0. For him, it's enough tonight. But of course, with the talent on the pitch, this one is not going to be 0-0.
Clearly, you can see there, Len Dungle dropping back in there, pretty much like the last 2 games we've seen, becoming a 5 or a 6 at the back just to stifle Mohun Bagan. And it was interesting what Molina said in that the pre-match interview that we had with him, where he said it's difficult to break down when there are so many numbers in there.
Here's Apuya. And Thapa. Ashik whips it in into a wonderful area. And all it needed was a touch. Jimmy McLaren just a couple of yards behind that delivery.
That's a magnificent ball in. That is early doors here from Ashik. Playing on his favoured left-hand side. Liston, who normally plays there, has to go out to the right. Look at the pace here, though. Just flicks it past Bala like he's not there and fires it in that danger zone between goalkeeper and defenders. And you can see Molina knows that if they're playing like that and he can deliver like that, they will get chances.
Just his 3rd start for this season, Ashik Karunan. In fact, Jason Cummings and Ashik are both the 2 most subbed-on players for Bagan this term, and both of them start this game. And that's about squad management again, and how Molina has used the talent that is at his disposal.
He was another one that was a big signing when he actually signed for them, wasn't he? Because he was flying where he was before and bought into Mohun Bagan to try and strengthen them. Got that injury and that didn't help.
Prannoy, who has settled in very well at centre-back. There's Thapa. Ashik. Liston trying to shift away from Sanan. Jordan Murray will have to chase down everything, and he's good at that. Tachikawa. Last ball. Jordan Murray brings it down, but Ashish Rai just capitalising on that slightly heavy touch.
He's the man with the hardest job tonight, isn't he, Jordan Murray? Because he's the one that's got to go and chase and work in those channels. He'll look to isolate himself against Ashish and Subasic in those wide areas. You see there, having a big puff already because of that run that he made and forced the mistake from Tom Aldred to pick up the ball. And that's how they've won themselves a corner. And don't forget, this is where Jamshedpur can hurt you from set plays. Okay, no Stephen Eze, but they still score from corners, from free kicks and also from throw-ins.
Tachikawa sends it in. Liston. Bagan defend that very well. Thapa. He's got Liston on one side. Thapa on his own. Albino Gomes safe.
Been nothing short of brilliant this season, Albino Gomes for Jamshedpur. Comfortable height for him, that really was. There's the mistake, going to ground. The second you do that, it's easy. And Anirudh Thapa just drives at the heart of that defence and just tries to find that bottom corner, but not tonight. Albino Gomes right up to task.
As he has been all season long for Jamshedpur, a standout player. Ashish Rai. All 10 outfield players in Jamshedpur's half. Jason Cummings. Subasic. Uves got the touch.
Well played.
Ashish Rai set free by Apuya. Jason Cummings. Ashik too high.
Don't mind that though. I don't mind that at all from Ashik. He's just apologising to his teammates, but he didn't have to beat the man there. So now he's got Bala thinking, is he going to go past me or is he going to cross it early? On that occasion, he just crossed it early. There's the little injury with Javi just catching the foot there. Avapuya. Thapa again, look, driving forwards. Sirkovic not wanting to come and close too quickly in case it got slipped past him. But again, another one of those marquee signings that we said with the real intent that Mohun Bagan have shown throughout their ISL history.
Here's Murray. Murray straight in, and Vishal Keth had to be aware of that.
Can he not catch it? He's pushed it away for a corner. He's put his side under pressure there. That angle, there is no way Jordan Murray should win a corner from this. Subasic doesn't deal with it. Jordan does ever so well to get it out of his body and then just pull the trigger. But that's right that he's saying, you've got to catch that as a keeper and relieve the pressure. What happens now if Jamshedpur score from this?
A 10-year record on the line. Vishal Keth, if he gets one more clean sheet, will go past the record set by FC Goa 2015. Sirkovic. Javi Hernandez for the spectacular. Didn't really catch it. Confidence coursing through his veins. Javi Hernandez after that winning goal at the Furnace.
And my Nat tried the one along the week earlier as well. Yeah, he's gone for it as well. He might. We remember the one that he scored last year for Bengaluru. An absolute stunning overhead kick, that one. He enjoyed that.
So much of his play about the movement, especially when you play for a side like Jamshedpur, where there won't be plenty of chances, but the ones that are produced have to be taken. Just the timing of the run, how he finds himself in those pockets of space from which he can shoot. They're forging a fine partnership now with Ritwik also, who comes on and has made an impact in back-to-back matches.
Yeah, that's right. Khalid using his substitutes very, very well.
Subashish.
Here you go, Puller. They're already at nearly 75-76% possession. Mohun Bagan.
Ashish Rai just losing out. Drawing a foul and a free kick, Jordan Murray, after that little drop of the shoulder.
Lovely turn though, wasn't it? Lovely turn. He sold Alberto down the road with this one. Just lets it roll across his body, sees him coming in. Just that little change of pace is all it was. That's why I said Jordan is going to have the hardest job on the pitch tonight. Working those channels, putting the challenges in on Aldred, put him in on Alberto, trying to keep the pressure on that back line. He's got to do it all on his own. And that's why I think he's gone with one striker tonight, leaving Severio to come on later and do exactly the same.
Bronai takes this.
Here you go, I know you love your stats, Puller. The expected goals is in favour of Jamshedpur.
That is quite interesting because Jamshedpur have conceded nearly 3 times the number of goals this season in the first half than Mohun Bagan.
They have only had 12 minutes, but it's just ahead of Mohun Bagan at the moment. There's the possession stat that we mentioned. They've had that extra shot, and of course Murray hitting the target from that acute angle.
Jamshedpur don't score too many at this stadium, even in their overall history. 1 goal in 6 games at the Salt Lake against both East Bengal and Mohun Bagan in a combined effort.
Tell you, Puller, you won't care if they don't score tonight, as long as they don't concede tonight.
Liston, troubled by Sanan, still manages to squeeze one in. Ashish Rai, no elevation on that.
This is where they're dangerous. Mohun Bagan picking up that second ball.
Subashish's attempt quickly blocked. Finding himself in central spaces. Ashik's job is to stretch and the wing back. He spoke about how there's no Stephen Eze, but also no Ashutosh Mehta, who did ever so well at the Furnace in the first leg.
No, Mulbashir here, of course, who got that red card in Shillong against North East. He had his ban extended to 2 games for violent conduct. They're 3 big players, really, when you think about it. This is what they need from Javi tonight. And you know, Javi doesn't mind having the ball. He feels comfortable when he's on the ball. He can draw a foul, and that's exactly what he's done there. He knew Subasic was chasing him down, and again, just take that little bit of time off the clock.
The plan is always to find Jordan Murray on his runs.
Got to play it a bit wider, and it needs to be tucked. You saw it just skip off the surface there. That's why it just needs to be outside the box, allowing Jordan Murray to make those runs and either hold it up, check back inside, or just see what we did in that first leg where he went down the line and get a crossing.
Liston unable to nutmeg Mohamed Uwais.
He's impressed me more and more as this season's gone on, Uwais.
Free kick, Bagan.
I don't think there are too many arguments with that one, Puller. Ray Tachikawa with that little bit of a heavy touch. Just let it get away from him. Apuya again. Very good from Apuya. Gets his body in between the man and the ball and takes the contact, wins the foul.
Both these teams experts at scoring goals from set pieces. 21 and 20. 21 for Mohun Bagan after that free kick from Jason Cummings.
It wasn't a bad one, was it? It's one of the best we've seen this season.
Here he is again. Excellent accuracy from Mohun Bagan in that attacking final third. Liston. Falls to Jason Cummings. And he has ballooned it over the bar.
That's the one. Len Dungle just heading it back inside and apologising to all his teammates. Cummings had the time, had the space, and we know he can hit the back of the net. But on this occasion, just leant back a little bit too much. I think we expect a little bit more from him. The quality that we've seen, particularly this season, from Jason Cummings. That's why everybody's disappointed, including the coach. But as you can see, the encouragement is still there from Molina. Very positive coach he is to his players, the way that he manages them.
Just that withdrawn role allows Jason Cummings to get into those areas just outside the box, on the edge of the line. He can be very dangerous from inside and outside. Thapa, great turn and pass out wide for Liston. Ashish Rai.
But it was the nutmeg, wasn't it? He waited for Sanan to open his legs and just played it straight through.
Javi. Intercepted by Alberto Rodriguez.
See what he's trying to do, though.
And Rodriguez wanted to shoot, left it for Jason Cummings, and this time he just pulls it wide.
They're getting closer. They're inviting that pressure. And they've got to try and either hold on to the ball a little bit more, or when they go forwards, try and turn Mohun Bagan and force them further away from the goal. Cummings there, just slightly snatching at that one, I think because the challenges were coming in and they were going to close him down. And you can see the frustration on his face. He knows he should have done better there.
Bagan looking for the first goal. No team has come back from a goal down against the Mariners to win a game this season. Not a single comeback or victory over the league champions. Ashik trying to shift gears. He steered straight into Nikhil Bala.
He did really well there, didn't he? It's almost, when we're looking at that formation there, it's almost like Len Dungle's playing as the right back, or an extra body in there just to try and kill the space. He's playing next to Pranay.
7 crosses, none on target yet for the home team.
Yeah, but they have had the most dangerous cross, the one that was whipped in from Ashik early doors.
Ashish Rai, this time slight deflection, and Albino Gomes does well to just palm it away. Had to shift his arms right at the last moment.
Had to shift his legs as well. If you're going to allow that time and space, Molina said we're going to take shots from all over the place. We can do it from outside, we can do it from inside, and that one, Ashish Rai not a million miles away.
Liston sends it in, great delivery, and then Aldred turns, again Gomes, Alberto Rodriguez, it's off the line. Bagan piling on, the pressure, Saurav Das was the player with the defending. Ashik. Temperatures rising.
This is real backs to the wall stuff from Jamshedpur at the moment.
Liston. Cross after cross. Sirkovic standing tall. Jordan Murray getting past the first challenge. He's got 2 more to beat. Javi Hernandez making a late run. Jordan Murray on his own. And then eventually the shot and all the pace from it taken away by the back line. Alberto Rodriguez sweeping it up.
And that's what they're looking for, that quick counter-attack to catch the Bagan defence cold. And it almost paid dividends there for Jamshedpur. But Mohun Bagan, it's got to be just a question of time of when they're going to score. Pressure is huge on this Jamshedpur defence.
Wave after wave. And this is when the pressure almost paid off.
Yeah, actually just picking up the ball, just trying to take it on. That ball moved, didn't it? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. And then this one off the line. Brilliant. Look at Saurav Das there. Any young kid watching that, if you see your goalkeeper go and try and get to the ball, always cover your keeper. That's brilliant defending from the number 20. Jamshedpur just dropping on that line to defend it. Then Jordan Murray at the other end that touch there was the one that let him down, and Javi was just arriving, and he scored that similar goal in that first leg if it had just rolled it into his path.
He'd done his job, Jordan Murray, which is to draw the centre-backs towards him, and that leaves that little bit of space for Javi to run into. All of that was done. The boxes were all ticked.
Except the pass, is that what you're saying?
Except the pass. Here's Thapa. I wonder whether Ashish Rai intended it. It looked beautiful anyway. Thapa surely did intend that and wins a corner.
What is this, the back heel show? 2 in a row there. It will be interesting to see if Ashish Rai really meant this. Thapa just rolls it in. I think he does. He means that.
Subhashish on his right side.
Got to be patient. That's what Bagan need at the moment. They just need that little bit of patience. They're dominating the possession. They're keeping the ball. They're working well between the lines, and they are creating opportunities. But let's be honest, the majority of them come from just outside the box. So they've got to look to try and get in behind a little bit more. So somehow they've got to try and suck one or two of those Jamshedpur players out of positions. Now, whether that's with other players making runs to create space and holes, and then they use another option. If they do that, they could get in.
Javi. Murray. Got Tachikawa for support. Tried to score.
Yep. Frustration there. Ray not happy with himself, and rightly so.
Action areas 42% and a shade more than that in Mohun Bagan's attacking third.
Don't think we've ever seen numbers that high. Not this season. That just tells you the dominance that they've had. Up to 77% possession now, Mohun Bagan.
Aldred. Cummings. Very composed from Pranay. And here's Liston, trying to spin it into the path of Jamie McLaren. Oh, it's a clattering challenge from Aldred on Javi Hernandez, and the yellow card comes out.
Well, Molina's not happy. He doesn't think it's that big a foul. He said he got the ball. But Javi's gone down, and it looked heavy. It did look a strong, strong challenge on him. Serkovic just trying to calm things down. Oh, he's gone straight through the back of him. I tell you what, let's have a look at this again. He's just got his foot caught in the ground, and yeah, he's not off the ground. He's in control. He did get the ball, but he's gone straight through the man. That's the correct decision to yellow card there. But it's a dangerous challenge. It is a dangerous challenge.
Bala picks it up. Javi and Murray. Rodriguez took his time.
Patience, that's what we said, patience is required.
Liston. Cummings. Rye.
Got to change something. Just tweak it slightly.
How do you change it? They've tried so many variations and they will continue to. But there is only one road eventually that a side can take when it's so crowded at the back. They need to create more shooting opportunities, it seems.
This is what they're paid to do.